Hello everybody. Welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a fantastic day. Leaving a like, a comment, or subscribing, or leaving another comment. All these things do help out the channel more than you actually know. You can actually see on YouTube metrics, like you can see inside of the YouTube Creator Studio, how many likes and how many comments, and it actually helps out the algorithm for the channel. Yeah, welcome back for another video. It's going to be, I don't want to say too intense, but there's just a lot going on. Like always, you guys know the drill. Crypto's never not ridiculous, so just get ready for some stuff. And without further ado, that was an ado. Let's jump right into it. For those of you not looking at the screen, it says Ethereum price is eyeing a fresh rally unless ETH dips below this support. There's a lot of, it's not shoulda, woulda, coulda. It's more like couldn't have, didn't, waiting kind of news. We are currently in the midst of tons of activity from around the world, and cryptocurrency prices are currently going sideways. Some are down. It's just the normal pressure from everything that's actually happening. I always just love the news when it's like the price could go up unless it goes back down. I always find that kind of funny, at least for me. This one says Bitcoin price breaking this confluence resistance could spark a fresh surge. It's $22,000. It's always the same. You can always tell when prices are going sideways in the cryptocurrency space because we end up getting news like, well, Bitcoin would go up if it hit 23,000, but it might go down if it hits 18,000. And you're like, whoa, it just blew my mind. I don't know how where they come up with these numbers from. Following last week's bull run, sideways trading for Bitcoin and Ethereum continues. That's a little dramatic. Like, it just started like 4.5 hours ago. You should all know why. It's clearly evident. We've been going over this for the last couple of weeks. It's usually always the exact same thing. But this time, actually, there's a little bit of a silver lining somewhere inside there as well. It says Bitcoin price and Ethereum price prediction. You know what's going on. It's the big day. Eyes are on the US FOMC meeting and the Fed rate hike. Yeah, we finally made it. Last time we were like really talking about this, I believe, was at the end of September. And then October was pretty nice to see what happens to prices when we don't have to worry about the Fed raising interest rates. Today is the day, and markets around the world are a little bit shaky. Let's not lie to ourselves. It says stablecoin whale activity surges. The crypto market getting ready for a bull run. We had similar news yesterday. Remember, we were talking about the stablecoin activity on cryptocurrency exchanges. The idea being there are tons of stablecoins being minted, created, and deposited onto cryptocurrency exchanges. Historically, this has meant that we are usually on the cusp of movement upward for the cryptocurrency space. Why? Because there's now extra liquidity on cryptocurrency exchanges for people to be able to trade because they see that there's an increased amount of interest in people wanting to trade, and therefore the extra need for stablecoins are now being put onto the exchanges. What's this one? Yeah, there we go. So the stock market is currently down, but it's not down. It's like sideways down. It's nothing too insane, especially from what we've seen previously before in the past, in the very recent past. I was thinking of past and future, but that doesn't really work out the way that I was hoping that it would. Yeah, stocks in lower with Fed policy, job data in focus. Of course, it's more time for earnings. How much did this company make? How much did they not make? How many people have jobs? How many jobs have been lost? Have jobs been created? We've had this news over the course of the entire, it's been the year. Doesn't that seem extremely weird? It is now November. We've been talking about this for an entire year as to what these people would be doing to try to lower inflation. It has not worked at all. Isn't that weird? At the beginning of this year, we were told by the people from the Federal Reserve and other agencies and yada yada that by them raising the interest rate, they would be able to curb inflation and bring everything down and also create more jobs and help the economy. And none of it has happened. Isn't that so insane to think about? Is also, it's kind of like a hindsight 2020 kind of thing, but we could have all seen that this wasn't. I mean, the people who got us into this mess were like, oh, no. We can fix it. We can raise numbers. That'll get you your job back. I'm going to step off the podium now. This one says the Fed is expected to raise interest rates by 0.75%. Nothing new there. And then it could signal that it will be slowing the pace. Yes, this is the time. This is what we've been waiting for. It says markets are braced for the Fed to end rate hikes in March. Remember, around summertime, I was telling everyone they cannot, I've told you this thousands of times, they cannot raise interest rates forever. It is mathematically impossible for them to be able to do so. We cannot have a 15% interest rate because we'd be in a Super Saiyan Kamehameha depression. It just doesn't make a lot of sense, so they have to stop at some point. The markets right now are going sideways, which is a very good indication. Who knows? I don't know where the markets are going to be. I don't control the entirety of the markets. But it's good that we are trending sideways and that the stock market isn't down by 14%. Because people are expecting that this may be, no one knows, this may be the last 0.75% hike. They may signal and tell us that while they are still going to raise interest rates, they may not be as aggressive as they've been during the course of this year, and that further rates may only be 0.5%, if not maybe 0.25, so that by the time we get to March, we may be at the 5% level. If we get any indications that after this hike that we are going to hear about today, that the next rate hike is going to be less than it has been the entire year, and that by springtime, that magical springtime, that they are going to not only stop raising interest rates, but turn the money printer back on, get ready, because it's going to get real very, very fast. You saw what happened during October when there wasn't any rate hike. And that was with an anticipation of there still being one sometime in the future. If we hear that there are no more, get ready is a literal understatement. So, at the momento, everything's sideways. Nothing looks disastrous. There are some altcoins that have like weaker trading volumes that are down by like 4 to 6%. There's nothing down by 89%, nothing catastrophically crazy. Everyone's waiting for them to announce the normal 75 basis point hike and then also maybe hint that they won't be as aggressive in the future because they can't be. Isn't that crazy? We finally got to this point. We've been talking about this the entirety of the year. We finally got here. You can tell I'm a little excited. Hashtag bearish just for the robots listening. Yeah, that's all the price news that we have right now. And without further ado, let's move on. Ledger is currently having a 10% off sale on their Ledger Family Pack, their Ledger Family Pack S, can't say that, and Ledger Backup Pack. Ledgers allow you to store your crypto offline in cold storage, allowing you to eliminate the risk of your crypto being stolen from an online crypto exchange. With Ledger, you're able to purchase crypto, exchange tokens, and stake your crypto. Very important. For rewards all through their live app, all while your crypto is safely in cold storage. They now also support more than 1,100 coins. Your favorite cryptocurrency is definitely there, I promise you. For everyone looking for a secure way to store their crypto and lower the risk of it being stolen, which is a huge trend right now, the sale is going on right now. Do not miss it. I have multiple ledgers myself. I've been using them for a number of years. I really do like Ledger a lot. While I do not work for Ledger, I am an affiliate and will receive a small commission for each sale made with my affiliate link in the description below. And without further ado, let's move on. This was one of the most popular news stories of the day. Just before midnight UTC on Tuesday, crypto derivatives exchange Deribit, Deribit, was hacked. That's why we have ledgers. And $28 million worth of Bitcoin, Ether, and USD were stolen. That was the bad news. The good news is that apparently the company came forward immediately and said client funds are safe and loss is covered by the company's reserves. The tweet is right here. Deribit hot wallet compromised, but client funds are safe and loss is covered by company reserves. This was, for some reason, one of the most popular, I dare not use the P word, one of the most replicated news stories of the day. Yeah, not really much going on. They have simply announced that there was a hack. A lot of people completely lost their... First of all, nobody wants to be involved in a hack. That's not something that we can be like, oh, it was just a $28 million hack. These keep happening every single day. I'm not sure if you've noticed the pattern of a lot of recent videos that we've been going over where there's constantly a hack on crypto exchanges, or usually through like tons of DeFi platforms. The silver lining is here. I myself do not work with Deribit, but it's more of a good job having the money on the side as a just in case for situations like this, because you'd be surprised. There are a lot of other ones who do not have that money saved. Yeah. So this was, I don't want to say popular. This was the most roundabout. This was the most everywhere news of the day. One of the, you'll see the other ones. It's a really weird news thing day. Again, the stuff that popped up over the last 24 hours. So one, I hope your money was not on Deribit. If it was, two, you'll get your money back. I assume in the US dollar equivalent of what was lost. So it's something. Yeah. That's the crypto exchange. Deribit was hacked for $28 million from their hot wallet. Yeah. Let's move on. Also in, yay! This is cool news. USDC stablecoin issuer Circle Internet Financial, that's a weird name, has received in principle approval as a major payments institution's license holder from the Monetary Authority of Singapore. This was also, not joking, one of the most popular news stories of the day. I'm not sure where it started, but I would like for it to end. I don't know where this trend of stablecoin news being popular and being all over the place came from. I don't know who's continuing with it, making sure that it becomes the most popular news stories of the day. But alas, here we are. The company will provide digital payment token products, cross-border and domestic transfer services in the city-state. In the city-state? Oh, Singapore. I was like, what's a city-state? Moreover, Circle looks to drive institutional crypto adoption of the USD coin in DeFi and Web3 in Singapore. A lot of stuff feels really weird recently in crypto with like things that at one point looked like they were meant to be decentralized, but now being used by centralized entities with news being released that it's decentralized. You understand what I'm saying? For instance, so Circle has a stable coin, which in the very beginning, stable coins were marketed as a decentralized way to use the US dollar. But now they're being used by other companies and other countries as a way to transfer money around. But all the transactions are being tracked by the companies and the institutions and the countries. And they're not in a decentralized manner where the transactions can simply flow around as they would normally do so. You now have like gatekeepers, which is not supposed to be a thing in crypto. And then also driving adoption of the USD coin and DeFi and Web3 in Singapore means that all that stuff would have to go through the Monetary Authority of Singapore, who would then have records of the transactions of things happening in DeFi and Web3, which is also supposed to be, say it with me, decentralized. That's what I meant. It's really weird. Like, we keep getting news that X is using this coin or this thing that we know as something that is meant to be decentralized, or like kind of like, and I would dare say, for the people. But then we end up getting it like, oh, that's cool. So within Singapore, they're going to be using DeFi, but they're going to be using a coin and another service that comes from another company who is centralized, which means that they're going to be collecting our data, which goes against the entire idea of crypto. That's what I meant. It's just very weird that we keep getting this kind of news over and over, as if like we're supposed to be like, oh yeah, can't wait to be tracked by Singapore, man, can't wait. According to a press release on the 2nd of November, Circle announced receiving a major payment institution license from the MAS that allows the firm to offer crypto services, including digital payment token products and cross-border and domestic transfer services in Singapore. Why would you? I think it's just my mindset about everything. Why would you need? Okay, I'll shut up. No, wow, what's wrong with me? The entire point is, it's like you can already use these coins to do cross-border payments. The idea of needing paperwork to do so is so stupid in my mind. Domestic transfer services within Singapore, you need a piece of paper to be able to send it. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. It just doesn't. I think it's because I know what crypto means, and I understand the power of being able to transfer crypto anywhere at the drop of a dime, drop of a Satoshi instantaneously, cross-border, if you will. Anyway, so for some reason that was super popular, and also Paxos received regulatory licenses as well within Singapore. Super popular news. I mean, once again, I get it because it is the spreading out more of the cryptocurrency space and more people using cryptocurrency related things, but these are stable coins. These are not decentralized. They come from companies who created them. Oh my gosh, what was it? There was some podcast I was listening to. Oh my gosh, if you haven't listened to this, there's a podcast called Unchained. I finally got to listen to this. Unchained, it's by, I think her name is Laura Shin, and she interviewed Do Kwon from Terra Luna. I wasn't going to listen to it. I was like, I didn't really want to hear what he had to say. So I was kind of whatever. And I was like, I'm curious. So I decided to listen to it. And she's actually like a pretty hard hitting, the word's not journalist, interviewer. And she's asking him at one point, she was like, you guys at one point decided to make a stable coin. That wasn't even the one that was like the popular one. Like I think it was called UST, like US Terra Coin or something like that. There was another one allegedly that they had made in the background. And she claims that it was allegedly made in secret. That it wasn't, you couldn't really find information about it anywhere. If you really dug deep, you saw that something had been created, but it wasn't really air quotes public knowledge. And she claimed that they essentially had made $1 billion worth of a stable coin like that, worth of nothing. He claimed, and a lot of claiming going on here, he claimed that it was used for extra liquidity behind the scenes for something. She's like, yeah, but you guys also created $1 billion from nothing. She was like, doesn't that seem wrong? Or doesn't that? And he was like, no, because we needed it for so-and-so. And I was like, isn't it weird that all these companies keep popping up screaming decentralization, screaming Web3, when all they really care about, I mean, of course, at the core of it, we live in a society where money is needed. I get that. But to like stand there and smile on other people's faces while you create $1 billion, it's just really, really weird. There's also, I'm not going to mention any names, zero names. But when I was away last week, I had the biggest laugh of my life. I mean, I was literally almost on the floor holding my sides laughing. I saw that there was a crypto YouTuber who over the course of the last 2 years managed to successfully lie to everyone. Now listen, I can only do so much warning. I can only do so much to tell other people. If other people look too flashy and too crazy and so and so, like, dude, they're trying to get something from you. This crypto YouTuber went from being this, like, I'm trying to choose my words carefully, super hyper pretentious, talking down to everyone and everything, and now there are videos of him going around. I can't use all the words. Basically, people found out that they created a coin. They made over $1 billion from it, and they were recently seen dancing somewhere, basically because they did it. They found a way to get over $1 billion from people by lying to them on their YouTube channel. Like, that I find is absolutely incredible. And then people still follow these people. Like, I don't get it. I wish we had the original idea of crypto back, but I think that's way gone. Anyway, once again, not naming any names, but I saw the videos going around of dancing and clothing, and it was a really weird, like, I told you so moment, but it was just kind of like, they made $1 billion, a billion with a B. Anyway, that's the Paxos and Circle. They got paperwork that says they can work in Singapore because that's what the future's like. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. News. Yeah. Let's move on. Also in, wow, this was way too popular for what it actually was. FIFA, the official payment technology partner Visa, has announced the release of a collection of one-of-a-kind digital collectibles. For those of you who don't know, companies are trying to get away from the term NFTs, and they're trying to only use digital collectibles. I don't know if it sounds cooler, but whatever, it just is what it is. Featuring famous goals from 5 iconic football players, the official sponsor of FIFA's cryptocurrency trading platform Crypto has now started offering the Visa Masters of Movement NFTs on their platform. It's apparently going to be an auction going from the 20th of November to the 18th of December. This was also incredibly popular news. Apparently, FIFA has created, I believe it's 5 NFTs. The project consists of 5 pieces of art that will be published as NFTs and are inspired by the goals scored by Jared Borghetti, Tim Cahill, Carly Lloyd, Michael Owen, and Maxi Rodriguez. And apparently, if you win these, you get, I think, like a literal football that's signed or something like that. I don't know if it's because the word FIFA's there. I don't know if it's because Visa, but this was also very popular news. This is not the first and will not be the last time that we hear of a major company or something launching NFTs. It's kind of, for those of you who've missed the last year and a half, every payment company, you got Taco Bell in there as well. What's the one with the Wienermobile? Oh, shout out to the person. Also, I'm sorry for not like responding, but I saw on Twitter when you posted the photo on my page of you were somewhere and you found like the Wienermobile in like a parking lot or something. It was just very odd. I didn't know that was a real vehicle. It's just someone made that. Someone took the time to craft a hot dog into a car and now they drive it around. So every mega company is into Web3 or NFTs at this point. So cool. I don't even know. Listen, I assume the segue into it being crypto news is because the letters NFTs are there. But besides that, Cool. Wonderful. Yeah. You know, if anybody's looking to, all right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. All right. Also, in very popular news, guys, what's going on? Like, what's happening with what's going on? The team behind the largest euro-backed stablecoin is announcing integration with Ripple Labs' XRP ledger. That was a long sentence. In a new blog post, Stasis, Stasis, the company behind the Stasis Euro, got it, called Yours, that is EURS, says they have completed integrating Yours into the XRP ledger. Stasis CEO Gregory Klumov said another brick has just been added into the foundation of Yours, and it will solidify our asset for the next cycle of stablecoin market adoption. Our ongoing partnership will focus on exploring the newly emerged opportunities of XRP to enable a better financial inclusion, as well as stablecoin infrastructure and services that truly align with the value of the Web3 realm. And it says some of their partners include BitGo and Bitfinex. Fantastical. This was also very popular news. I'm going to bring it on back, and I assume that this news was popular because of the word Ripple. I assume it has to do with the word XRP and Ledger. This follows the news yesterday that the people from RippleX, officially, you can now have NFTs on top of the XRP ledger. And I mean, Ripple's always in the news regardless. I mean, 84% of the time, it's usually because of the SEC thing. But normally, they're also like always doing stuff behind the scenes as well. They seem to have, okay, here's, tinfoil hat. Since we got news that the lawsuit might soon be over and might be in their favor, there seems to have been a recent ramp up of Ripple /XRP /XRP ledger /updates and upgrades news. You must be seeing this because it's nearly every day now. For those of you who also missed yesterday's video, you shouldn't have. Shame on you. I'm joking. Is that apparently Coinbase is now holding Ripple's hand, and they said we're going to help you in the lawsuit against the SEC. Very weird because it's Coinbase and they don't like anybody except for themselves, apparently. And yeah, so it looks like we're getting to the end of that saga as well. And this is why I think we're seeing so much news about Ripple and what they're doing and the new integrations and other stuff like that. So cool. I don't know how this coin will be directly affecting the burn rate of XRP. For those of you who didn't know that, it was the first coin to have a burn rate. The coins are burning in the background every time there is a transaction. So I wish them the best of luck. I assume it will be used by people because people really like to use stable coins. I think there's only like 2 or 3 actual euro stable coins. So, there you go. People in Europe can now use electronic money as well. Wonderful. That's the Stasis has integrated the euro stable coin onto the XRP ledger news. Yeah. Let's move on. Also in popular news, which it's probably my favorite news story of the day, because it's not even a how the mighty have fallen. It's like how the terrible have to enter crypto. That makes a lot of sense. According to a press release, payment company MoneyGram has released a new Bitcoin and crypto service for its mobile app. Yeah, weird, right? The company lets U.S. customers purchase, sell, and hold digital assets on their platform. For those of you who missed the good old days of 2017, when things were just as crazy back then as they are right now, there was a lot of news and talk and discussion that allegedly, apparently, somethingly, MoneyGram and Western Union were apparently in talks with the company Ripple and apparently some other companies as well, but the main figurehead was Ripple. And the idea was as only very few people are using MoneyGram and Western Union because people don't understand that there's a better alternative, like literally in crypto. Their services have kind of been waning because there's other apps, there's other places for you to send money and do things. You can use PayPal. You know, sky's the limit when it comes to sending money around the world. You just need an internet connection to be able to do so. So the news is that apparently MoneyGram and Western Union were maybe talking to Ripple and they were thinking of integrating or using XRP on their platforms or through their websites or through their so-and-sos to be able to send money around the world. And then I don't remember which one it was. It was either MoneyGram or Western Union. They're both super mega old, redundant companies who we don't need anymore. But one of them came out and was like, oh, we don't need XRP because our services are just fine. And then we were talking about it on this channel and I went to their website. And I was like, it's because the company's probably dying in some sort of way. If you looked at their fee structure, if you were sending, there were many cases, if you were trying to send $200 around the world, like just 200, they were charging you like $25 or $30 to do so, which is nonsensical. You're trying to send money to your family member around the world who needs money, and $20 to $30 gets chunked away as an actual fee. So I was like, well, they're clearly not doing too well, and they're just trying to lie to other people that something is, that they're doing just fine. And then they both released apps, MoneyGram and Western Union separately. I don't know if you've seen the commercials. You must have. They're everywhere. They're all over the place. They have like a really weird jingle that's supposed to like elicit young people to be like, oh my gosh, they have music? Guys, we should totally download that app. One of their ads is literally, I'm not even joking. It's people dancing at a party. They're like 21 to 28, somewhere around there, laughing and smiling. And someone's like dancing with this girl and he turns around, looks at his phone, and it says money sent, and he's like, yeah. And it's like, that. You thought that was going to get me to download this crappy app? Not even a chance. So, bringing it on back, the news is that after all the fighting, after all the internal struggles, they're now letting people actually buy, sell, and use crypto on their platform. See, I went back full circle. I finally got to the actual point. This is a very big day for me. Why? Because these companies continued lying to themselves and to all of us for years that things were fine, knowing gosh darn well, first of all, PayPal, what's the other one? Called Money App, Cash App, Give Me Money, whatever the name of that app is. There's so many other ways to send money. Who is logically still using? I'm telling you right now, mathematically, there's one person sitting here who uses MoneyGram and Western Union. I implore you to look at any other option. And even more so here, hear me out here. Go to their website and look at their fees and compare it to like stablecoin fees or even PayPal fees. I don't want to say Coinbase fees because Coinbase has a lot of fees, but there's so many other options for you to actually save money as you're sending. If crypto is not the thing that you want to send to your family members in some other country or continent, I get it. Cool. But dude, it is almost 2023. If you are still using MoneyGram and Western Union, the 1920s want you back. Like, I just don't understand why that is still a thing. So, one of the major news stories, and I know it's major news because a lot of people are new to the space and are pretending or don't know of the entire saga that happened before in 2017. This news is being touted as like, yeah, more crypto adoption. Like, no, these companies are dying. No one uses them. This is a last ditch ploy effort for them to try and get more people onto their platforms. They are meant to be able to not even have to use cryptocurrencies. This is them telling other people, hey, look, young people stuff. Yeah, who is that guy? A couple of years ago, there's one guy, I don't remember, it's some rich old guy, got on stage for years. He was one of the people who called crypto terrible, dirty, disgusting. No one uses it, blah, 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 the whole thing there. This guy got on stage, and I'm not joking. He had like a baseball cap, and it was backwards. As he sat there talking, I don't remember who he was. He was like, yeah, I just got into crypto as well. And I was like, you look 1,000 and your cap is backwards. Like, it's just the weirdest thing in the entire world that these people continue to pretend. Anyway, MoneyGram has now allowed or has integrated Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin onto their mobile app. I'm sure some people are, got a little laugh out of this one because you remember years ago, these companies were like, no, we will never be using crypto. There's just no, I'm sorry, we can't, blah, 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 blah. I assume the next step is them actually announcing that you can actually send these as payments as well. I think it's a lot easier to get paperwork to have them on your platform and be traded and bought, but not actually used. You need other paperwork because the world is so stupid and you need paperwork for everything these days. But yeah, one of the greatest news stories that we've gotten in a while. It's kind of the same exact thing when we got news that Visa and MasterCard were adding support for cryptocurrencies, or we're getting into the cryptocurrency space. We're going to allow people to buy, sell, hold, and trade. Same exact thing with PayPal. It's all the same exact thing. All these companies are looking for a way to get extra revenue because a lot of them aren't doing that well. You don't really need Visa and MasterCard if you can tap your phone as you have crypto in it. There's no need for them. So how do you make sure that you stay relevant? You announce in 2018 and 2019 that crypto is the best thing in the entire world, and you're adding it onto your platform. People can now get it through your platform. Pay attention. Every time I say that prices should be higher, it's not because I'm trying to become richer. I am. Let's not lie to ourselves. We all want prices to go up, but look at the levels of adoption that we have. When you have every payment service, card provider, when you have all these mega banks and institutions and hedge funds talking about crypto, how amazing it is, how prices are going to hit $500,000 per Bitcoin. Where do you think this is all going? That's the MoneyGram is now allowing Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin purchasing, and I assume also selling and transferring onto their app. And they said they're going to add more coins in 2023 as well. News. So obvious. All right. Let's move on. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters, GBU Wally, Dotha Diddy, Manny Cryptos, Crypto Gambino, Bubble Mode, How's Life Austin, Auspicious Agile and Blockchain, Jamie Saad, Blockchain Simplified, and let's move on. Empire Queen, Roman Gaba, Bitcoin, Ben Arachno, Dave, Tony, Ambroski, The Dealers, Den, Captain Something in the Z-Way Lay, Mo Barazi, VB Nerd 21, Miguel Grillet, Lauren De Silva, Quarter Biddy, Troy, All Good, Space Case, Need a Miracle, Paternoster, Navarro Williams, Utopia 569, Moonman, High XRP, Martin Stoyer, Nostromo, John Sarsi, Niana Marita, Bibliophobia, Todd Mullis, Adam Graysick, Wise 9 Owl, 242 to the World Bankroll Network, Crypto Artist, Coldy 3D, Setsuna, Richie Rich III, Paxis, Nick Mangi Alavori, Jim Garner, Jeremy Fox, Minting Coins, Yes to Crypto, Buddy McButface, Anytime with his Mouse Corner staff, Bake Me a Cake, Tigger, Macho Nisa, All Crypto with Lionel, and Crayola Michelle URL. Muchas gracias. Thank you all very, very, very much for your continued support. Thank you to everyone who is a member of the channel. Thank you to everyone who is a clicker of affiliate links. Thank you to everyone who has left a like, a comment, or has subscribed. Thank you to all the new Patreon members. Thank you to everyone who is still here listening to me ramble on about MoneyGram. At the Memento, Bitcoin is at 20,493 US dollars. It is down by 0.5%. See, nothing too dramatical, nothing too crazy. Ethereum is a smidge away from $1,600. Binance coin is at 321. There was just some crazy stuff. Dogecoin is down by 10. Let's be honest with ourselves. It was up by 140% in like 6 days. Right. Being down by 10% is nothing too crazy. Cardano is down by 3. Solana's down by 3. Matic's down by 4. Shiba Inu is down by 7. Anything else? Where was it? Litecoin is actually up by 10%. I would love to assume that this has to do with the MoneyGram news, but I don't know. It could be a lot of things. There's always some really weird stuff in the cryptocurrency space, but that is a straight line upward. Many coins are actually swooping up right now as well. Maybe futures are going up. It's, time is passing, so maybe futures are showing something different right now. Anything else crazy? Chili's is up by 3.82 percentile points. EOS is also straight lining up. It's up by 1.7%. Some of the, what do you call these things? Metaverse coins are down. Yeah. That's going to do it for this video. I sincerely do hopeth that you've all enjoyed it. Hope you all are having a great day, great morning, great afternoon, or great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope it is incredible. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, commenting, subscribing, and or supporting in your own way. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.